Hello and welcome to Overtime. This is our special year in review episode. My name is Nicole Dubé and I'm joined by Ted Wyman, sports editor for the Winnipeg Sun. Ted, really, there was never a question of what the big story for Manitoba was sports-wise this year.
No, there really isn't. The Winnipeg Jets' return is not only the biggest story of the year for 2011, but probably the biggest story of my lifetime in Winnipeg in terms of sports. I mean, really, this team coming back created such a buzz, such an energy in this city, and we've seen it throughout from May 31st, from the very day when Mark Chipman stood up to the podium and said, we are going to bring back the Winnipeg Jets, or at the time he hadn't even called them the Winnipeg Jets, just an NHL team, bought the Atlanta Thrashers, moved them here, eventually named them the Jets, went through the draft, went through a summer of signing players and putting together the roster, and hiring coaches and everything. Just tremendous excitement, and then the season started. And what an incredible situation that has been with the fans, and it's just so exciting.
And it did not just captivate Winnipeggers and Manitobans. I mean, the whole country was riveted to it. If only the rest of Canada could really know the feeling that was felt here during the entire process leading into the season and now some of those really big games.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And I think the country has seen it to an extent.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of reports on the national sports networks and on the national any network that shows hockey games, talking about how incredible the atmosphere is inside the Winnipeg MTS Center.
It's
and of
loud.
course, you've been there
Those
to
are
lots
not
of
lies.
games. And I've been to lots of games, and it's something that you have to experience yourself. People have compared it to a few other arenas like the Bell Centre in Montreal, the old Chicago Stadium, which was famously the loudest stadium in pro sports. Now they're talking about this place, and you have to really give an incredible amount of credit to the Winnipeg fans for the way that they've supported this venture by Mark Chipman. I'm sure in his wildest dreams he never thought that it would go this well, this quickly.
Even the skeptics came around.
Yeah, no doubt.
Everyone who was like, oh, they're never coming back. Anyway, so yes, absolutely the number one story of the year. There were some other big ones, though, out of Winnipeg. It was a busy year in sports for us.
Yeah, it's very easy to forget about other things that went on in this province, given what happened and how much that dominated it. But the Winnipeg Blue Bombers had an excellent football season. There's no question about it. They were a 4-4 team. 4-14 team in 2010. In 2011, they turned it right around, finished in first place,
hard to believe.
Made it to the Grey Cup. Unfortunately, they lost, but they were sold out almost every game. They created a tremendous buzz in the community, and given what was going on with the Jets, they managed not to get lost in the shuffle. And you have to give them credit for that. Yeah.
Such a good point. Maybe it was the whole Swaggerville situation.
Exactly.
Which dominated headlines for some reason.
It did, and they developed an identity that made news across the country.
Yeah,
Mostly they were hated outside of Winnipeg, but they were an intimidating bunch. They gave themselves a nickname, and they backed it up. So that was a great story for Winnipeg sports as well.
Yeah, and just coming back to the fans, I mean, I noticed even among some of my female friends and male friends who might not be sports junkies, it was really hard in 2011 to not get caught up in at least some of the storylines. And I found in general, in Winnipeg and Manitoba, people were paying more attention than I've ever seen it before.
You're absolutely right. I have never seen it like this. I go to Christmas parties and things in the last few days, and that's the kind of stuff that I'm hearing from people, is that their families are getting together, and it's a great thing for them. It's bringing them together because they're going and they're all sitting in front of the big screen TV and they're watching the games together with their little foam number ones and their Winnipeg Jets jerseys, and that's something that this city lacked for so long. And I think in terms of a feel-good story for this city, there hasn't been one like it in a very, very long time, and it's just been terrific.
All right, well, we're going out on a high note for Overtime. Thanks so much, Ted. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Take care.